So we have planted pawpaw as our emergent, followed by from emergent we go to high, from high we go to medium, from medium we go to low. Then in between we also put in vegetables. Vegetable, grass, tree. So you do this tree line, grass line, vegetable line.
So vegetable inakuwa line moja.
Yeah, ya katikati.
Tree ya kwanza, grass, vegetable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I'm Master Jerry, aka Dee J Essy, and I'm a DJ by profession, and I'm also a certified syntropic agroforestry teacher. And today we are going to talk about food forests, which is part of permaculture, but my specialty is syntropic agroforestry. Syntropic agroforestry consists of two words. The first one is syntropic. Syntropic means accumulation of energy, which is the opposite of entropy. Entropy is losing of energy, and the other side, syntropic, is accumulation of energy or harvesting the energy. And the other one is agroforestry, which is agriculture plus forestry. And if you want to start a syntropic farm, you must follow these 5 principles. It's going to guide you very good, and it's going to work magic in your farms if you use these 5 principles, and it's a must to use them. The first one, I'll just go through them, then I'll explain later. The first one is no bare soil. Keep your soil covered at all times. The second one is maximization of photosynthesis. The third one is stratification. The fourth one is succession, and the last one is management. Now we go back to the first one. Let me explain it. No bare soil means to keep your soil covered at all times. Cover your farms the way you dress yourself every morning. You must cover your soil at all times. We use mulch, cover crops, and planting densely. That's also covering your farms. For one, when you keep your soil covered, it protects water retention, soil erosion, attracts microorganisms, and your soil will turn into humus and so forth. There are so many good things that comes out of protecting your soil from the sun. And if another reason, let me make a joke. Leaving your soil uncovered, it's like leaving your wallet empty. You are not money. It can just fly off from your wallet. And to prevent that, why don't we just cover yourself, cover your soil? Covering your soil is everything. Mulch is the new gold. The second principle of syntropic is maximization of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food by transforming sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, and by this process, when it takes place, that's when the cooling down appears. The cooling the place, that's what makes the water remain in our farm. We don't lose water, we don't lose energy. The energy remains in our farms. The energy we have harvested, it's kept in our farms. As I said before, syntropic is accumulating of energy. So the energy we accumulate by using the second principle, we keep that energy in our farms. And when we go to the third principle, it's like from the second and the second and the third principle, they go hand in hand. This is where we plant in layers. That's stratification. Planting in layers is every plant has its own need of sunlight. So you have to know which plants needs what amount of sunlight. That's what stratification is. And if to achieve this stratification, we must go back to our second principle, to use the sunlight, to make good use of the sunlight that we are provided with. Every plant has its own need of sunlight. That's our third principle. And when I say planting in layers, it's planting our crops according to their need of sunlight. We have plants that are emergents that need 100 to 80% of sunlight. That one we call it emergent. From that we go to high. High needs 80 to 60% of sunlight. We have another layer called medium. Medium needs 60 to 40% of sunlight. Then we have the last layer, which is low layer, which takes 40 to 20% of sunlight. If your farm is like 10 meters, to plant emergents, you only have to plant 20% of emergents, because they need the highest amount of sunlight. So you only plant 20%. The cover they take, the sunlight is, remember the sunlight is 80%, the space they take is only 20%. The higher layer, you plant 40%. They need the sunlight of 60%, but the space they'll take in your 10 meters farm is only 40%. The medium layer, you plant 60% of your medium layer. Then the highest cover, the lower strata takes the most space, because they don't need that much sunlight. They can grow well in shades. That takes up to 80% of our 10 meter space. Now let's count how much energy we've harvested by planting our syntropic farm. You start by 80 plus 60 plus 40 plus 20. That comes to 200% of energy we've harvested by planting our syntropic farms. Compared to the normal monocropping, that goes to only 100%. We lose the rest. Why do we want to lose the rest? We can harvest as much energy as we want by planting densely, planting the syntropic way. And now let's move to our fourth principle, which is succession. Succession is one plant paving way to the other, and succession in time and in place. like how plants follow each other. You can plant them all in the same day, but harvest time in different times. Like you can't harvest cucumber the same time you harvest maize. So if you plant cucumber and cabbage and maize, you will start with cucumber, then cucumber will be succeeded by cabbage. From cabbage you go to maize. Then that's how succession works. In succession, we plant everything in the same day. We plant from first month to like 30 years, going in succession. You start with 1 month, which is cucumber. Let's take cucumber. Then vegetables. After that, you go to cassava, bananas, pawpaws. Then you start harvesting your fruit trees, going onwards. And our last principle is management. Management is keeping your farm in shape, like pruning grass, pruning trees, and we get mulch from there. We prune, and by pruning, when you prune trees and grass, when the grass wants to grow, it pulls it gives all the energy of growing, the impulse of growing, to the whole farm. Like when you prune trees, they also do the same. When they are growing, they take the whole farm together, so they grow this. That's how the management works. And by pruning, that's the accumulation of energy. That's how we accumulate the energy. You prune, then the impulse of growing goes to the whole farm, so everything starts to grow again. So we keep our farms young by pruning all the time, and keeping the structures intact by pruning. Everything falls into its own place. The basic design of syntropic agroforestry consists of 5 beds, which is the first bed is a tree line, which we plant trees and vegetables also. We plant fruit trees, timber trees, and vegetables. The second one is a grass line. This is the engine of our farm. And the third one is a vegetable line. The fourth one is a grass line again. And the fifth one is also the tree line. And in these tree lines, at first we plant vegetables around the trees, the placenta around the trees. These vegetables act as mothers to our young trees. They nurture them. And for this grass, these 2 lines of grass, we use them to feed the beds. And the middle one is the vegetable line. Is the line that you can keep on planting. But for these 2, at some point when the trees are big, you won't be able to plant your vegetables there. You'll only be planting in this middle one. And at some point when your farm has accumulated enough energies, you can also plant vegetables in these 2 lines. And that's my short presentation about syntropic agroforestry. So if you have any questions or you want to add anything, feel free.